Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my wedding planning series. Building your wedding day timeline is one of the most important things in the wedding planning process. But when it comes to what to put in it and where, a lot of couples are confused as to where to start. In this video, I will be giving you some of my top tips on how to build the perfect wedding timeline for your Ghanaian traditional wedding. You ready? Let's do this. Point number one, where does your day actually start? Usually we are so preoccupied with what happens within the wedding itself that we forget to make time for the behind the scenes that lead up to the stress-free wedding that we're actually looking for. As an example, if you're getting dressed at home and the ceremony venue is about an hour's drive from you, it is quite okay to leave home at, say, 8:30 in the morning if your ceremony is starting at 9 a.m. Because by the time all of the Ochiami drama is over, it'll be a couple of hours from the advertised start time anyway. Point number two, how many people are in the dressing room with you? In my experience as a wedding planner, the more people there are in the bride's room the morning of the wedding, the more time we need to schedule for hair and makeup. As an example, if the bride is getting ready alone, usually I'll schedule about a couple of hours for hair and makeup. However, if she's in the room with a handful of bridesmaids, I usually will triple that time. I really don't need to explain why. If her mom is in the room, I'll schedule another half an hour. If her mom and her mother-in-law are both in the room, I'll schedule another couple of hours. You see where this is going. So the more people there are in the room, the more time you need to allow yourself. It can take anything between 2 hours and 6 hours for a full bridal party to be ready. So schedule enough time for that. Point number three. How much time do you need for photographs and where will those photos be taken? Usually you want to allow about half an hour after you've gotten ready for the photographers and videographers to be able to capture some images and behind the scenes videos of you and your bridal team. If you have quite a few people in your bridal party, I'll recommend you allow about an hour for that. And the same goes for the groom and his men. Point number four. What time do you want your ceremony and your reception to start? Ideally, you want your venue stylist or designer to have adequate time to complete the setup before the ceremony and the reception starts. You want this to happen about an hour before your guests actually start to arrive so that the photographers and videographers have enough time to capture the beautiful decor. You want to check in with the venue as well ahead of the wedding. Some venues have very strict policies about when and how you can get access to the venue. If you're lucky to be able to have access to the venue a day before, fantastic. But in most cases, you may have to go in the morning of the wedding, which means that you have to alert your event designer so that they bring in a few more hands to be able to complete the setup within and on time. Point number five, how long is the ceremony? Speak to the officiant and both of your families to get a firm understanding of how long the ceremony is expected to last. As an example, if your ceremony starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and is expected to last a couple of hours, my recommendation will be to add some padding time to that, because chances are you will still be at that ceremony by 12 p.m. by the time your chiamis are done with all of their talking. Point number six, what time would you like lunch to be served? Usually, if the ceremony and the reception are within the same venue, you would want to serve lunch a few minutes after guests have arrived at the reception. However, if the ceremony and the reception venues are away from each other and guests have to travel within the two venues, my recommendation would be to host a pre-lunch cocktail and serve some hors d'oeuvres when guests arrive. It's usually a great way to keep your guests patient until all of the guests, including the bridal team, have arrived. Point number seven, what would you like scheduled before and during and after lunch? Remember that your wedding timeline is simply a sequence of events. So don't get bogged down with what people have done in the past and what you're expected to do. Make it yours. You can decide to cut the cake immediately you walk into the reception area. You can cut the cake after the first dance. You can cut the cake during lunch. It's entirely up to you. And chances are, everything will not happen to the T and to the minute. In fact, I don't expect it to. So don't worry, relax and enjoy your wedding day. Point number 8. When would you like your reception to end? Usually the departure of the bridal team is a good indication that the event is over. So you determine when the event ends. And I would say, you know what, if you have the energy and you can dance all day and all night long, by all means do that. It is just a one-day affair and you have all of your friends and family there. You might as well have fun. Point number 9, talk to the pros. Hopefully you have a wedding planner like me who will be happy to put together a wedding timeline for you. But if you don't have one, speak to your wedding vendors. They usually have been doing this for years, I hope, and will be in a position to advise you on what to place where. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, remember to hit the subscribe button below. Next week, I will be sharing with you my guideline, a step-by-step guideline for putting together your actual wedding day timeline. So you don't want to miss that. Hit the notifications bell as well so that you receive an alert whenever there's a new video. As always, you can shop all of my outfits at Ruse in Osu or find them on Instagram at _Ruse. I look forward to seeing you again, same time next week. Bye-bye.